Good morning and welcome. It's Tony Cole here from Think and Grow Business, and today I just want to share a couple of little tips in relation to the anxiety that many of you may be feeling. So if you just bear with me, I'm just going to get our next slideshow up. So today is all about providing some practical tips to help control anxiety. Because at the moment, I know in my network, there's a number of different people that are sitting there feeling very stressed, feeling very anxious around what we're going through with the coronavirus. And it's certainly not pleasant. I've seen some examples personally of people that have been really struggling out there in the wider community and out shopping, feeling really anxious, really trying to maintain a physical and a social distance is quite challenging for a number of people. So what I want to talk about today ultimately is how can I help and how can I support people when they're feeling anxious? Because ultimately we know that if we suffer from anxiety, what we'll often see is that it's overwhelming. It's just completely overwhelming. And staying at home and having the COVID Fox channel or Sky News channel going 24/7 is probably not the best thing to control that sort of the anxiousness and the stress that is being felt, whether it's business stress, whether it's career stress, or whether it's just stressing about our family and our friends. It can be really overwhelming. So even sometimes the most simple and straightforward tasks are the ones that just seem impossible. We get frozen to the spot. And once again, I saw an example of that yesterday, unfortunately, where a lady was just frozen in the spot because people weren't maintaining social distance. We have panic attacks if we're feeling anxious. And this is on a good day. This is on a good day. People will suffer from social anxiety. But in times like today, that we're facing with so many things that are seemingly out of our control, it's really important to just take some simple tips to help us get through. So the first tip I want to share is called breathe. And for anyone that's got an Apple Watch, you would understand there's a breathe app there, and it actually gives you a reminder to just sometimes sit back and breathe. But most of us don't breathe properly. You know, most of us are shallow breathers. We're breathing from up here. We're not breathing from the diaphragm. So we breathe quite shallow. And when we're stressed, our breathing becomes quicker and we become faster. So you can regain some control just by taking some time and trying to draw that breath in and then taking time to take it out, allow it to go out. So there's some really critical stuff there about breathing. Don't breathe fast, shallow, quick. Breathe from the aspect of allowing it to come as deep into your body as what you can, and then allowing it to come out slowly. The other area that we'll often feel our stress is going to be in our shoulders and our necks. So this is a really good opportunity, once again, just to take some quiet time and allow your shoulders to relax. You know, a lot of tension gets felt in this particular area of our body. It creates neck problems, it creates shoulder problems, and it also creates problems in other areas of the body, you know. So a lot of the tension that we feel will get held there. So what I want you to think about is taking that time, relaxing the shoulders. It can help, you know, to create some movement. So as we see on the screen, it's about raising your shoulders as you breathe in, and then as you exhale, allowing them to drop. So really, the key point that I really want you to take on board is the reality is take some quiet time and do some of these things. Next one is all about putting one hand on your tummy and another on your chest. And once again, breathing, right? Breathe in slowly and gently to the count of 4. Don't force the breath. Don't gasp for breath. Allow the breath to flow into your tummy. Hold it for a second or two, and then gently release it to a slow count of 6. And when we repeat that exercise a couple of times, we will start to feel a little bit more relaxed. So these are just some simple tips that should help you get some space to breathe. You know, how many times have we seen someone in a panic and we're telling them, just breathe. You know, let's get in the habit of doing some of these exercises so that when we're feeling anxious or when we're feeling stressed, that we can actually take that time to breathe. Now, at the moment, many of us feel like we've lost control. Many of us feel that the life that we had, a month ago is certainly not the life that we have today. That's unfortunately the reality that we face. There is so much that has gone on with this COVID-19 virus that's spread around the world. It's really challenging for us to be prepared mentally, from a business sense, from a career sense. I know so many people just yesterday who were stood down from their roles, and through no fault of their own and through no fault of the company. It's basically this thing that's going out of control. But in a normal sense, it's that preparation that we do to ourselves that will help us get through some of those scary scenarios that we may or may not face. It may be a public speaking gig that you traditionally are nervous about. But what I would suggest in this particular case with our own anxiety now is to be really focused on what you need to do to be prepared if it happens again. So, for example, what I'm doing at the moment is I'm testing new software products. I've bought some new equipment so that while I'm in an enforced slowdown with physical coaching sessions, with physical workshops, those sorts of things, I can certainly be preparing for the next level. I'm going through and looking at some of the programs that all the courses that we still have to put into the Coach Curl Academy, and prioritizing them to get done while I've got the opportunity. So this is about being prepared. So the Coach Curl Academy already has 70 programs in there to help you with your business, your leadership, and your mindset. What that looks like when we come out of this, I don't know, but I'm at least hoping there'll be another 10 great quality e-learning courses in there. So this is about getting prepared for the next time, getting prepared to do those things that we were always planning to do, but maybe we didn't get around to it. So for those businesses that did get prepared for a shutdown of a global economy, congratulations. You are very much in the minority, but congratulations. But this is where I want you to be thinking about for next time. What is it that I need to be doing now to prepare myself if this was to happen again? And the reality is, if we're preparing ourselves for if this was to happen again, we're actually consolidating and making our business stronger now. And we're creating the space for opportunity when we come through this. So very important. Don't feel like you're helpless. There are so many things that are out of our control, but what is in our control is our ability to make our businesses stronger, leaner, faster, more agile, with greater opportunities now. And I know this is a real challenge for some people. We've all got our little critics that sit inside us. We may have a concept around the imposter syndrome that sits inside us. We may be telling ourselves that we're not good enough, that I couldn't possibly do that, that why would people want to listen to me? You know, we've got all these things that are happening on inside us. And when we hear those negative thoughts, we need to have a bit of a plan. We need to have a bit of a structure. We need to have a process in which those thoughts are driven away. So it's so easy to say we need to think positive, but that's not going to help. That's not going to help. We need to have a process in which we do dive into those negative thoughts that we're giving ourselves. So it's part and parcel of what we do, unfortunately, our negative thoughts. Our brain is designed to keep us safe. And sometimes those negative thoughts are about not extending ourselves, not pushing ourselves to the next level when we really need to be. So turn the script upside down, challenge each negative thought, right? As it comes up, remind yourself that you're still standing, you're stronger, you're braver, you're wiser than what you were yesterday. You're still standing. You're still standing. You've been through challenging times before. We're going to get through this one. So remind yourself when those negative thoughts start to hit, because the reality is we will get through this. We will get through this. And if we're doing what we say we're going to do and work on some of those key things that we know we should be working on, we'll come out of it better than what we came into it. And the last one is about, the last practical tip for today is about staying in the moment. Now, this is another really important tip. It's about staying present on what it is that we do now. If the negative mindset, if we allow the negative mindset to turn into a runaway train, we're doing an injustice to ourselves. So we need to have, once again, a bit of a process to step aside. Use that mindfulness, use those breathing techniques, use what we've been talking about to bring us back to the present moment. When we worry about the future, we're missing what's happening today. It's often a case that if we just take a moment to check in on our surroundings, you know, whether what it is when we see, hear, touch, taste, smell, those things really allow us to enjoy the moment and really allow us to get back into the moment of what we can do now. One of the things that I do that I really look forward to doing every morning is we have bird feeders in our yard, and we have a range of wild birds that will come in. We've got the lorikeets, we've got the galahs, we've got the cockatoos. Every now and again, we'll see a magpie come through and swoop them all. But it's just a really nice moment where you can just provide something to wild birds, in this case, provide something and just enjoy in the pleasure of having given them something that they otherwise may not get. Stay in the moment, stay present, and once again, don't express too much energy in that anxiety around the future. Focus around what today looks like. Have a bit of a dream about what this vision could still look like for you, and just stay in that moment. This is a program. These are snippets of a program that is in the Coach Curl Academy, which is our online portal for Think and Grow Business, and Coach Curl. If you are interested in going through and having a bit of a look-see within the academy, it's a $1 30-day subscription, and you can cancel at any time during that 30 days. Over 70 programs, as I've said, to help you with your business, your leadership, your mindset. $1 for the first 30 days, and then if you're on the gold package, from there it'll be $19.95 a month. Fantastic value. And as I said, one of the key things that I'm focusing on is I'll be adding more value into that particular workshop. I hope today has been of benefit for you. I'm really looking to help people navigate their way through what can only really be called a bit of a mess. I'm sure that if we all hang in there and we all do what we should be doing and helping each other, we'll get through it. I shall see you in the coming weeks. I'm planning to do a lot more little things like this, just little snippets around some real key practical tips that you can take to help you in this absolutely unprecedented times that we're living in. I'll talk to you again real soon.